We shot that in Sun Valley. Larry, Steve, and Rudy. We had Bruce Jenner.
That's right.
We had Debbie Allen. We had Van Johnson.
Ho! Hello there, and thanks for joining us here in Sun Valley, Idaho. We're going to be celebrating the holiday season in this very, very special setting with lots of delightful kids and also good time friends. You're also going to be hearing lots of music tonight because music is part of my heritage as well. It may seem that I'm all alone up here on the top of this mountain, but actually, if you look just over the other side of that snowdrift, you'll find a 20-piece orchestra. And if I don't get them started pretty soon, they're going to turn into ice sculpture. Ready? All right.
There's a zing in the air, a refreshing sting in the air. All the leaves have fallen to the ground and ponds are freezing.
Van Johnson played me as a grandfather. I played me then, and then we had a little young man that played me as like 13, 14-year-old. And we were sitting, I love this, we were sitting in Ernest Hemingway's chair at Ernest Hemingway's desk when we shot that. So as we spin around in the chair and the little boy becomes me and then I become Van Johnson, that's Ernest Hemingway's chair at his desk with his blotter, with his pens and all that stuff. And I felt very honored to be sitting in that chair. It was pretty remarkable back then because it was a three-network world, ABC, CBS, NBC. Cable didn't exist. And somehow I think there was more to watch. 3 channels instead of 800 and more to watch. I don't ever remember going through those 3 channels and not being attracted to something that was on. Now I can flip through and it's like, oh, I don't want to see that, I don't want to see that. And I always wind up going back to watching something that was on those 3 channels back in the 70s and 80s, or 60s even. But I was one of the producers on that show and on the other one too. So I had a lot to say about how it was done and where it was done. We hired Marty Pacetta to direct it, and Marty was, he directed more Academy Awards, I think, than anyone. Marty has passed away. But I loved it. I'd always heard such wonderful things about Sun Valley, Idaho. And that's where we filmed it. And we did a sleigh ride, and we did a wonderful thing on the ice rink out there. And I remember at that point, Larry, Steve, and Rudy were huge. I think they were at the top of their game with Houston. Houston, Houston means that I'm one day closer to you. And they were wonderful. I've known Larry ever since, and Steve and Rudy. So I made friends during that maybe 5-day event that I've had ever since. And it's great. It's a great special. It's beautiful. Sun Valley was stellar. And if folks haven't seen it, I wish that they would. I wish that they'd look it up and at least look at clips. If for nothing else, to see how different Bruce looked back then.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Ho! Everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel and one in the park as well. The sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. Come on! It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing deep within your